Topic: describe a special day out which didn't cost very much. Number one, what types of places do people in Vietnam go for a day out? I would say in the park or the, the cafe or the cinema, but I would choose a cinema because it is a place where everyone gather can gather around and they can watch videos clips. They can watch movies together. They can talk about that movie, and it's more easier to continue with the story or to lengthen the story when we have the same topic to talk about, especially when it comes to movies. Uh-huh. Right. And another place people in Vietnam would go to would be the park because uh, the park is a place where have a lot of trees, have a lot of good things to see, have a good view to enjoy, right? And they can walk along together and talk about some. Uh, they can chit chat together, have small talks during the time they wander in. They walk around. They walk around the park and have good talks to talk about it, right? Yeah, I think so. Number two, why do people want to have a day out? Oh, number two, why do people want to have a day out? Because they just want to have a rest after a long week, like busy working and stressed about that, right? So I think yeah, that's why they want to have a day off to have a rest to take a break from uh, a long busy week days, stuff like that. Want to have a day out? For example, like for me, like if I I would spend my Saturday and my Sunday to like as a day out for me to go out with my to hang out with my friends and to grab a coffee and uh, have some meals together and we can talk about everything we want, can spend time together, just talking, laughing together. Yeah. Number three, what are the advantages and disadvantages of having a day out compared to staying home? Lợi ích và bất lợi của việc đi out so với việc ở tại nhà ha. The advantages of having a day out is you can have time with your friends or the ones you are close to, right? And you can enjoy the beautiful sightseeing outside and uh, you can have fun activities together like watching movies, drink a coffee, or like playing games together. Yeah, which is really fun and really happy to think about. But when it comes to drawbacks of having a day out, it might be exhausting because you might walk or move all day long with your friends or your family members, right? And yeah, it's some kinds of it's especially when you have to move in the hot weather in Saigon, for example. So yeah, you might get tired and uh, you might sweat a lot during your journey, right? I would say that. So when you stay home with maybe with your friends or your family members, just or your children, yeah, or your children or your parents, just you can lie in bed and surf the web or just lie in the sofa and talk to them, chat with them, whatever topics you want. Yeah, yeah. So I think that's the advantage, disadvantage is and advantage about yeah. Number four, what makes a day out enjoyable? Uh, I think if we need to go out, we should go with your teammates or maybe your partner or even your close friends to make a day out uh, more interested or more enjoyable, right? Because if you go alone, it would be yeah, yeah, you would feel lonely, stuff like that. And there's a lot of activities out there just for two people or more. If you just go alone and do a solo activities like that, especially when you do activities in Vietnam, which is a really packed country, and we go for a consensus among people. So yeah, it's really hard for you to do solo activities here when you go out, especially when you go to the buffet restaurants or you go to a or coffee shop. Yeah, uh, uh, you might feel a little bit uncomfortable when you do solo activities, right? So for the advice I say, I think people should go out. People should for advice. I think people should go out with the closer ones and do the things like uh, the group ones, like yeah, and uh, and share the hobbies together to do the activities that all of them uh, might like. So I think that makes a day out enjoyable. Okay. Topic number one. Correct. Sorry. Topic. Describe an occasion that you lost something in public. And number one, what kinds of things do people usually lose? The things people normally lose can be their keys or their phones. Yeah, because these two are, uh, I would say that they are like belongings of them. Yeah, it's really important, and everyone must have that with them every time they move or they go to another place, right? Yeah, I think everyone also have keys or their phones along with them whenever they do everything. Yeah, every like activities they do, every activity they do during the day, I say. Yeah, so that's why these two are the ones who are really easy to lose, to 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 get lost. Yeah. Why? Hmm. Why? I think because these two have to move a lot, right? To move a lot with the owners, so that's why it's really easy to lose. For example, if the valuable items you store in a just a specific place, uh, like your desk at home. If you put your necklace, your very valuable necklace for you, into a desk at home, in your room, it's really hard to get lost, right? To get lost because it it cannot be moved during the day and most of the time. But your phone, your key is really easy to get loose because it's this the items you brings on with you for during the day. Uh-huh. So one might steal your belongings, or even you are just accidentally lose it. Yep. Number two, what will people do when losing things? Um, the things people do when they lose their items. First one would be uh, they would be nervous and maybe frightened when they realize that they lose things, especially the ones they value, right? For example, like phones or keys, like I said before. Hmm. And after that, they will try to find it, obviously, because it's very valuable and they cannot miss them. uh, Try to find it. Yeah, try to find many ways to find it, like go around, or tries to uh, like going around and trace the things they've done before, or want to recall their memories, what they have done in a day uh, to find the keys or the smartphone. And they might try to remember the things, the places they've put their their lost item into, maybe in the classroom, or maybe in their workplace. Yeah. Number three, is it effective to offer rewards to find lost things? Có hiệu quả để đưa ra những cái rewards để tìm kiếm những cái lost things hay không? Yeah, sure. So if you find some lot things and after that you get a reward, it would be really great. It gives you a exciting feeling or stuff like that, right? So yeah, I think the feeling when you see your lost item is already a reward for themselves, for yourself. Yeah, for yourself. I think so. Especially when you find some lost item which is really priceless to you. Yeah, priceless to you, right? I think that's why. Yeah, I think. Yeah, I think that's why. Number four, what kinds of people may lose things often? Maybe some careless and clumsy person, like me, like me, as an example, as a yeah typical example, as a typical example. Yeah, because the people who tend to be careless and clumsy, and the people forgetful as well, and they tend to forget things, the things that they think they are not so important to remember. So that's why they tend to forget to remember, forget to to carry out these things. Yeah, yeah. I would say it's like I think it is it was for example, like I have a friend who's like quite forgetful, I would say, and she tends to lose things quite often during the day. Uh-huh. So I would say that if you fix that not good personality, like forgetful, being forgetful, careless, and clumsy, you will have a more chance to keep your things for a longer time, rather than lose the items or your belongings more often, right? Yeah. So I think the people who are kind of forgetful, mm, clumsy, careless would be the ones who easier to lose things. Okay. Topic: describe something you do to keep fit and healthy. Number one, how do children and old people keep fit and healthy? As for children, um, they are really full of energy all day long, except for the time they have to sleep, right? So they would just run around the house or the school yard, and they play with their friends. And children will tend to play with their friends and have a long time with them. They can sing songs and do activities like a children do. Yeah, so these really normal activities every single day is a really good way for them to get fit and healthy. Besides, um, they tend to be eating some really healthy food, which is really important for us to be healthy, right? Like they need to eat more vegetables, like broccoli or cabbage, stuff like that. And um, like their parents should not give them or treat them with yeah, super processed food like hamburgers or uh, chicken wings, stuff like that. Yeah, fried chicken wings, stuff like that. So yeah, and by eating properly, by I think by eating properly and yeah, actively do their activities during the day is would be two two things to get fit. But as for the the older ones and the older people, I would say I would say they they do exercise regularly on a daily basis. I would say that. Yeah, and yeah, it's quite the same as the things that children do. They need to uh, actively doing physical things during the days, but more gentle than children do. Like just maybe they can cook and they can uh, tidy the house, or they care for the garden. Uh-huh. And after that, they will set a time, a specific time during the day to do some healthy exercise like dance or do a yoga or just ride a bicycle. Yeah. Okay. Number two, what do people normally do to keep fit and healthy in your country? Uh, walking. Yeah, walking. Walking is a very common activities I see when it comes to uh, do some good good activities good for your health to keep fit and to help to be healthy. Uh, they they are walking every time I see. After besides that, because because walking is an activity which is really cheap. It doesn't cost you anything, and especially in the evening, the weather is quite suitable for us to uh, to go for a walk or walk the dogs, yeah, around your neighborhood, right? Walking is a really cheap and efficient activities to keep fit and to get more healthier, right? To be more healthier, right? Besides, I would say uh, eating more vegetables is also the reason why people in my country quite slim and fit. Yeah, they try to not eat too much processed food like fried food or pizza or stuff like that. Yeah. Okay, number three, how can parents help and guide their kids to keep healthy? Yeah, they can mm, maybe they can have a talk and give advice or teach their children how to eat healthily. Like they need to they need to ask their children to eat more vegetables, right? And uh, and I think parents should monitor their children to the activities they do during the day, like children not allowed to do the passive activities most of the time, like just playing video games or lying in bed and use the tablets or phones. Yeah, they can, but just a few times, or just a few minutes during the days, it would be good. But also that they need to be active, to do some active activities, like uh, go around the house, or like go around the house or stuff like that. Go around the house, playing toys, uh, walking, or uh, yeah. Number four, do you think it is good for the government to utilize popular celebrities to help build health awareness? Yeah, I think so, because the influencers, like celebrities or the famous people, is they have a heavy impact on all of us, because nowadays is the time for social media and the internet. So these people have a really, yeah, huge impact on the people. So it's really a good strategy. It's really a really good strategy of the government for yeah, for support or for encourage the celebrities to do some things to build the awareness, or to affect the awareness of the people in the country. Yeah, like for example, like the celebrities can uh, appear on a advertisement and give some advice about how to use these these good products for your health, or uh, how to schedule an active and healthy activities during the day. And they would use the social media or the advertisement to to broaden the knowledge to the people in that country, with the help, with a really supportive of health from governments behind them. Yep. Okay. This topic: describe a family member who you want to work with in the future. Number one, what kinds of family businesses are common in Vietnam? Loại gia đình nào thì phổ biến ở Việt Nam á hả? Gia đình doanh nghiệp chứ. Uh, I I think it's about I think it's about I think it's small business. I think small business. And um, actually, I don't know much about like family businesses. So I cannot, I don't know too much, but I would say maybe small business like the retail chain, or maybe some grocery store, uh-huh, or just some like small centers who creates to sell or buy properties, like real estate, stuff like that. Yeah, maybe these, maybe those one is the common family businesses in Vietnam, right? Number two, is it good to work with family members and why? Yeah, because well, I think that we will have some quite benefit. We can get benefit from working with family members, because from working with family members, because like it's like when you work with your parents or your siblings, uh, it will be honest and straightforward to all of the problems happening to your business, right? And people tend to trust each other rather than get down and create a barrier, like when you deal with strangers, which is a very risky act, I would say, because when you run a business, is is you know is it has a lot of risky things to deal with. But if you work with your family members, um, yeah, you can have a really high and high trust to each other. So it would be more easier for us to run the business, because you see everyone in your business is really trustworthy, reliable, more reliable, right? And uh, you might sacrifice to each other, which is a really vital thing to do when you run a business. Yeah. Number three, why do people want to have a family business? Yeah, it's because because maybe family business is much more easier compared to run a business with the strangers or just your friends, right? Are not the same in blood with you, so it's really hard for you to trust them 100%, right? So instead of that, a lot of people in my country will run a family business. They will just have business with their maybe their relatives or their siblings or their parents, because with that they can trust and believe in each other, because they are the closer one of you, and they believe that they were not like lying or do something wrong behind them without, yeah, yeah. So the family business have some good things, like they have a high trust to each other, uh, and each person can sacrifice for the others because this is their family members, right? Uh-huh. That's why. Number four, what benefits are there when working for big companies? Oh, big companies have a lot of benefits to work for because yeah, they have a really good system to rely on, right? And the big business, the big company, like corporations, uh, they have a really good system. That's all I can say. Yeah. Uh, you can you can the missions for each one is will be separate more smaller. With that, the people or the employees in that big company will just have a really specialized task, and as a result of the productivities from all the employees and the managers will be put much more than the family business. And also the big companies have a really fixed rules uh, and well designed, so uh, for the employees, they 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 tend not to disobey it and follow it obediently, because this rule is really uh, fairly most of the time, right? And also you have a high salary, because I think big companies tend to have more profit than the family business. So you have a high salary, and this and the higher uh, career prospect, right? Topic, describe something that surprised you and made you happy. Number one, how do people express happiness in your culture? If it when it comes to text, people tend to use the emoji to express their happiness through their text, like the smiling face or a happy face or the laughing face emoji to the other ones to show their happiness. Yeah. But when it comes to talking face to face or talking in person, they will try to smile as happily as they can, or they just show some gestures like laughing, or yeah, or use their hands gesture to show their happiness. Yeah, so that's what I think. Number two, do you think happiness has any effect on people? How? Yeah, if you're happy, the person in front of you who are talking to you would be happy too, right? is like a butterfly effect, I would say. So happiness is is essential for everyone to want to live more, and to see that this life is a good life, though it's short, but it's have a lot of fun things to live, to be continued to live, right? Yeah, it's a little bit more philosophy, but all of the thing I can say is that. And some people have told me that if you're happy and you smile, and all the people around you will see the positive energy from you, will receive a positive energy from you, and they will be happy to you too. So yeah, I think happiness is really important and has a really good influence on each person. Yeah. Number three, how can people be happy? Hmm? Yeah, they will be happy from the things they do in the right thing, in the right direction, like they help the people, they help the homeless, or the people who are lower than them, for example. And or maybe through their activities, like they do for the charity stuff like that. Besides that, they can happy about really small things, like maybe um, their children, maybe some kinds of parents, uh, or just so small things, like they cook a dish which is really delicious. When they try to taste it after that, they could be smile with small things like that. Or maybe yeah, just. Number four, is it good for people to be unhappy? Why? Yeah, unhappy is also a very common emotion for among of us, right? So it's really essential for us in some way. Yeah, although it's just it's a kind of a negative negative feelings, but it's it's really important for all of us, for the for human, I would say. Because when you are sad, when you're upset with someone, yeah, you need to show, and you need to expose your bad feelings to to relieve, or to like to overcome that emotion quickly, more quickly. So yeah. And if you show your bad feelings to others to see it, it can change the bad behaviors of others towards you, right? For example, like if someone s- talk bad things to you, if someone talk bad things to you, you can just, yeah, you can just show your unhappiness toward them, to show that I'm not happy to what you say, so please stop, so please stop. And yeah, I think it's a really good things to, like a signal for the person in front of you to stop doing the bad things to you. Yep. Topic: describe a quiet place you like to go. Number one, is it easy to find quiet places in your country and why? Actually, it's not easy to find quiet places in my country because, um, in my country, the population in my country is really huge, it's really high. Yeah, but so even when you go to a suburb like Tuluk district, it's really hard for you to find a quiet place because there's always a lot of people in your area, in everywhere you go. Like maybe because the population in every uh, in every city we have is really high, so that's why. And yeah, after that, Vietnamese people tend to be out loud outside. When they go outside, they can laugh, they can talk out loud. Yeah, it's just the very typical personality of Vietnamese. That's fine, but yeah, so that's why I think would be a reason for the things is it's not easy to find quiet places in my country. Number two, how do people spend their leisure time in your country? Yeah, leisure time of people in my country tend to be in the evening or at night because that's the time when not so many people can have to work. Uh-huh. They just go home and have fun with the family members, or they just lie in bed and enjoy some uh, good meals and relax with their phones, or just doing some physical activities like running, walking, or playing sports. Okay, yeah, in the evening. Number three, how does technology affect the way people spend their leisure time? Yeah, I would say that. Yeah, I can say that nowadays, yeah, technology affect heavily the things people do when they spend their leisure time. For example, like in the past, people uh, can do the leisure activities like hang out with their friends and do some physical activities like yeah, running, riding a bike, or uh, go out for a coffee or stuff like that to have a small talk, or just yeah. But nowadays, because the technology is you know improved so fast, so a lot of people just spend their leisure time on yeah, surfing onto the browsing, surfing the internet, or playing video games, uh, or just go to watch a movie or watch a film on the or just watching TV. Yeah, that's why. Number four, do you think only old people have time for leisure? I don't think so, because I could see that a lot of younger ones like as the same age as me, or a little bit older, they are just have a lot of things to spend time on their leisure time. Yeah, they just they entertain themselves by watching TV, or have some have some good food onto their stomach, or just lying in bed and relax, or even do some meditation is also a good thing to do when you spend your leisure time. Yeah. Topic: describe an interesting neighbor. Number one, do you think people are familiar with their neighbors? It's kind of. I'm not sure, but it's kind of, because the neighbors, the neighbors in Vietnam, and especially in Vietnam, neighbors is really close to each other. Because I live in a packed society. Everything is so packed, so small in a small area. So people tend to know each other, especially if they are neighbors, right? So that's why uh, every single time we go out, you might have a chance to meet your neighbor in front of the door, stuff like that. So it's really easy for people, especially in Vietnam, are familiar with each other, eh, with their neighbors, right? Number two, how can people improve their relationship with neighbors in a community? Maybe they can have a small talks every day, yeah, to talk about things happening to them during the week or days. Okay, and they can share some things about their families, or or their house chores, stuff like that. Maybe it's by talking and helping each other. Like if their neighbors need some help, they can ask for help. They can go for you to ask for help, and you need to help them. You should help them in, as much as you can, to build the relationship between the neighbors, because it's really important to close to your neighbors. Yeah, because you cannot live alone and separate from others. As to you, right? You need to have some good talks, and you need to help them whenever they need. So as a result, when you need help, so others will have you too. Yeah. So I think these are really good ways to improve the relationship with neighbor in a community community. Number three, how do children build relationships with others in a community? Yeah, children tend to get along well with each other much more easier than the adults do. I believe that. So yeah, they can make friends with each other, and and make a group, and yeah, go around the neighborhood to play, or to do some fun activities, or to share some hobbies. Yeah, if they have the same hobbies, it's really easy to build these relationships. Like they can play games together, or they can share their toys, Even they can talk about the things they like. Yeah, that's really good, right? It's really good to build relationships for children. Number four, is it beneficial to get along well with neighbors? Yeah, you can get some a lot of benefits from to be close with your neighbors because as I said before, right? If you need any help, the neighbors will have you immediately because they are really close to you, right? After that, if you talk a lot to your neighbors, you can gain a lot of information. Maybe it's just maybe good or bad information, but obviously you can get a lot of information or even some secrets from the neighbors, which is a really good thing. I think, yeah, because yeah, uh huh. You are the ones who can filter that information. Which one is you think is bad or is not bad? It's not bad to absorb, but yeah, if as someone, if it's some neighbors who are talkative and who knows a lot of things in that neighborhood, and then they tell you about that, I would say it's good for you, right? You can know a lot of maybe secrets or information. In some ways, I would say it's really good. Yeah. Topic: describe an important event you celebrated. One, do you like to celebrate important events and why? No, I don't like. I don't like to celebrate important events. What? Trời ơi, cái topic này. Chúng cái topic này không biết nói gì luôn mà. Thật sự luôn ấy. Skip đi, skip cái topic này. À, có một tiếng mà. Mệt quá. Topic: describe an ambition that you haven't achieved. Number one, what ambitions do children usually have? Uh, ambitions. Maybe they would want to have more high score than the others in the class, and they would have an ambition of being applauded or being praised by their parents or the adults. Yeah, because children, I think children, especially in Vietnam, they tend to want to receive the recognizations from the adults, especially at their parents. Yeah, they want a recognition from the adults, especially their teacher or the adults. And to get that, they need to to be a good kid, to be a good kid, to be a good kid. Um, they need to obey and do the things they need to obey to to parents and follows, or um, follows to everything their parents told them to do. Yeah. Number two, why are some people are very ambitious in their work? I think because their personality, it depends on each personality of each other. So I think maybe these people, they really ambitious because they have a really big goal, and they are kind of a really competitive person, and they really aggressive to achieve their goal. So they're really ambitious, and they have a big wish, a big goal in their life. They tend to dream really big. So that's why they're really ambitious in their work. But it's all about their personality, I would say, because I yeah in in reality, in person, I see a lot of people who are really ambitious, and they tend to they tend to be a person who's really have a high competitive. They're really confident, and they can do everything, or they can do they can yeah they can work really hard, and yeah, they put a lot of efforts in their work because they're really ambitious. They want to have a high position. Uh-huh. They want to get promoted as fast as they can. Yeah. Number three, why don't some people have dreams? I don't know. I thought everyone would have their dreams, but if someone don't have their dreams, I would say that maybe it's because the failures they had before, and because of these failures they had they get they got they tend to give up everything, and they think they not deserve to their dreams, so they give up to think about that. Yeah. And maybe because they're lost to their life. They don't know the reason why they have to dream, why they have to live meaningfully, stuff like that. Because I think because they they had so many failures, and therefore they haven't believed in themselves, that they can achieve their dreams, or they can ha- they can live the life they want. Yeah. It's sad to say, but I think that may be the reason why. Number four, how do people balance work and life? Mọi người phải cân bằng công việc và cuộc sống à? Um, yeah, yeah. Actually, we need to have a balanced work life, to have more to have a high productivity and efficiency in life and work, right? Because how do to have a work life balance, the first thing is you have to have a really good schedule. You need to have a good time management. Uh-huh. So if you have a good time management, you can do a lot of activities with a scheduled plan. You planned before, right? Yeah. And and you will need to know how to get enough and stop at the right time. Okay, don't do not too ambitious to do the things you are doing. Just stop when it's time. You need to know how much is enough for you. Uh-huh. And also besides that, I think time management during the day is very important for you to know if you're really balanced in your life, between your life and your work. Topic: describe a time when you organized a happy event successfully. What the fuck? Skip that. Describe a skill that you learned from older people. Describe a skill that you learned from older people. Number one, what can children learn from their parents? Yeah, children can learn a lot of things from their parents, right? How to behave. They can learn from their parents is like how to behave properly, uh, how to how to talk the good things, uh, uh, how to treat to others. Yeah, because I would say that children is like a mirror of their parents. So their parents need to have a good example of them, so can children can follow it, because can children tend to imitate every activities, every personalities, everything their parents do. So yeah. Number two, what kind of help do you think older people need? What kind of help do you think older people need? um, Maybe they need help about their mentality. Yeah, because a lot of older people, I think they tend to feel lonely quite often, and they want to have some mental health from their children or their grandchildren. Yeah, I think older people tend to want to have more harmonious atmosphere around them, rather than just being alone and things about insightful things, right? Hmm. So yeah, the people around them, or especially the children, need to have some needs to care for their feelings, care for their emotions, to make them happy. Yeah, it's the kind of help I want to say. Number three, what skills can young people learn from older people? Môn này nói rồi mà. Ủa, cái này là làm rồi. Thôi, skip nha. Làm rồi. Nhưng mà chưa được 2 tiếng mà. Khó nói thật.